Good morning. Today is Friday, May 16th, and this is your daily Austin real estate market update. Let's talk about inventory and let's talk about what's happened today with inventory. You can see that I'm on teamprice.com. My name is Dan Price. I am the broker for Team Price Real Estate. And let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit and click on the Austin Daily Real Estate Briefing. This is where we compile out of 2,000 pages that we update on a daily basis. We compile 36 or so reports that will give you a complete overview of the Austin market. Let's go ahead and just get this going. And you can see that as of this morning, we just reached a new record high on the number of active listings currently in the market. We are at 16,946 active listings currently in the market. I also want to point out to an article that I just wrote this morning talking about how we could very well see 20,000 plus active listings currently in the market. And the reason why we can make that prediction is simply based on the fact that we reached a record high really early in the season. Last year, we reached a peak record high number of active listings July 15th, 2024. And we've already surpassed that. And as a matter of fact, we surpassed that just even a few weeks ago, but we're at 16,946. And if we were simply to take a conservative approach based on the number of new listings entering the market, where we are averaging 84.3 new listings entering the market, let's just say 84, we could very well reach, if we take a 70% growth rate, 20,485 active listings by July 15th of this year. If we take the current growth rate, we're going to surpass 22,000 active listings. And if the momentum continues, because we are seeing an accelerated rate of new listings entering the market, we could very well reach 23,000 active listings within the next 60 days. So take a look at this recent article. Really just amazing just to see the amount of inventory. Now, out of all of the active listings currently in the market today, over 50% of those have had a price drop, 50.4% to be exact. And here we've got the leading and the lagging market indicator. Leading market indicator is going to be the activity index, which is going to be the pending divided by the active plus the pending. We are currently at 22.6%. Months of inventory, we just crossed 6 months. We're at 6.03 months of inventory. The cumulative new listings that we've had so far this year from January up until today, May 16th, we're at 22,372, down 2.9% compared to last year. But keep in mind, last year includes all of May, and we're May 16th. We are going to surpass this number. Pending listings, we are under 5,000 pending listings. We're at 4941 right now. That's going to be a drop of 1.9% compared to exactly the same day last year. On the cumulative pending side of things, we're at 16,815, and you can see that gap. Let's go back to the active. 22,372 new listings have entered the market, 16,815 pending listings so far this year. What does that mean? More active listings on the market, meaning inventory increases, meaning months of inventory, which is the lagging indicator, will continue to increase. The activity index, which is that leading market indicator, pending divided by active plus pending, currently at 22.6%. This same day last year, we were at 26.5%. Anything under 25% will put you more leading towards a seller's market. And you can see the activity index based on the top 30 cities within the Austin area. The hottest 3 cities right now in the area, number one, Manchac at a very healthy 37.5%, followed by Kyle and Buda, both of those over 30%. The lowest side of it, you've got Spicewood at a very low 7.5% activity index. That is a very, very slow, cold market. Not much buyer activity going on in Spicewood, followed by Smithville and Lago Vista at 10.5 and 11%. This is a new listing to pending ratio, also a leading market indicator. What this shows us is the relation between new listings entering the market in listings that are being absorbed by the market. And you can see that we're at 0.48 for the month, which means out of every two listings entering the market, less than one is going under contract. So out of 100 new listings entering the market, 48 are actually going under contract. That once again points us to a substantial increase in inventory, which is why months of inventory is increasing. And you can see that the new listing to pending ratio at a 0.48 is going to be the lowest ratio for every May going back 25 years. Year to date, cumulative new listings minus pending listings, we're at 5,557. That's going to be this number right here. That's going to be the largest number going all the way back to 2004. That's the difference between new listings and pending listings going all the way back to the beginning of the year. The new listing to pending ratio for the entire year so far, when we look at everything that's come on the market as opposed to everything that's been absorbed by the market, we're at a 0.66 ratio. That puts us in that tangible, substantial increase in inventory, which is exactly what we are noticing. And you can see that a 0.66 ratio, we have to go all the way back to 2010, where we had a 0.63 ratio. We're at 0.66 right now. And that's going to lead us to the lagging indicator, which is months of inventory. You can see that we crossed the 6-month inventory mark. We're at 6.03. This exact date last year, we were at 4.91 months of inventory. 3 cities with over 11 months of inventory: Dale, Lago Vista, Marble Falls, and Spicewood. And then on the opposite side of this chart, we've got the best performing cities with the lowest inventory. Number one in the entire area, the city of Hutto at 3.40, followed by Buda and Del Valle. A lot of builder activity within those cities. That is why months of inventory is down. Builders are doing a really good job offering incentives, rate buy down, closing cost assistance, realtor commission, and they are doing a really good job pushing product. But even though those cities are doing well inventory wise, you can see the increase in inventory within some of the other cities. You've got Marble Falls year to date, a 120.7% increase in inventory. Year over year, the number one city is going to be the city of Jarrell, which is north, way north of Austin. Just take I-35 and just go north. You're going to hit Jarrell at 114.6% increase in inventory year over year. We are projecting that 3,078 properties are going to sell this month based on what has already sold and what we do expect, what we notice under contract. We're expecting 3,078. That is going to be a drop from May of last year, where we had 3,224 properties sell. On the cumulative side of things, so far this year, from January all the way to today, 12,064 properties have sold. When we look at the cumulative sold properties per 100,000 people, we're at 474 properties have sold per 100,000 people, going all the way back January to right now. Let's take a look at pricing really quick, and we are noticing a $25,000 month over month increase on the average sold price. So far this month, we're at $612,733. On the median side of things, we're at $465,000. And you can see that May, so far, we're on the positive side of things. The market tends to peak when you look at the cyclical nature of the market, April, May into June, and then we do notice a little bit of a backtrack. I do expect this number to go down simply because the bottom 25th percentile of homes tend to sell after the 15th of the month. That's just a pattern that we notice. And you can see that a drop from peak on the average sold price. The market peaked May 2022 at 681,000. We're at 612,000 right now. That's going to be a 10.15% decrease. On the median side of things, we are down 15.45% from when the market peaked May 2022 at $550,000. We're at 465 right now. Let's keep on going, and let's just take a look at a few more things. A notable thing that happened here in the past 2 days is where the top 25th percentile of homes have actually gone negative in pricing when you look at the past 30 days and you compare it to exactly 1 year ago. Up until recently, that number was positive, and this is the number that I'm looking at right there. We are down 2.3%. On the top 25th percentile, that's the luxury side of real estate, the higher end price of real estate. Even though I would put luxury at over $1 million, the 25th percentile within the entire Austin area does start at $650,000 for 2024, but it starts at 635 in 2025, meaning that the upper 25th percentile has gone down in price year over year. We've noticed the bottom 25th percentile being down in price for a few months now, but this is something new that's happened where the top 25th percentile is now slightly lower on price. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. When you look at the top 30 cities in the Austin area, 12 have actually gone up in price year over year, and 18 have gone down in price. I want to remind you that you can get this daily report by visiting teamprice.com. Just go to the front page, scroll down a little bit, click on the Austin Daily Real Estate Briefing, and you can access the daily report. You can also access over 2,000 pages of reports for the entire Austin area, where you can look at inventory and sales, market strength, market type, pricing data, market appreciation, macroeconomic data. You can also download reports for each and every city. And the last thing that I want to point out is that you can go to Market Update, where you can just pick a report for any city and any zip code that you're interested. For example, let's just say you're interested in the 7721 zip code. Go ahead and click there, and you've got access to a comprehensive report with all of the information for that specific zip code. All of this information is updated Monday through Friday, and make sure to access our website, teamprice.com. Once again, my name is Dan Price, broker, Team Price Real Estate. If you have any real estate needs, reach out to us. We'd love to be able to connect with you, help you out. If you are a real estate agent and you want to check out what Team Price Real Estate has to offer, reach out to me personally. Love to be able to sit down with you and share what we have to offer. Hope you have a great Friday. Visit us Monday with this fresh new information.